Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, another video to discuss with you guys. And today, I'm going to be doing episode 2 of the end of the review series. So, and also, just to let you guys know, I'm going to be uploading episode 1 because I left out a part, and also, I'm going to be uploading episode 2 and 3 today. So, in general, you're going to have 3 videos today, so just stay tuned. But anyway, let's just go and dive in. So, here we go. So, literally, just to let you guys know, I got a bunch of topics to discuss, you guys, and well, like literally starting off what you got is the first topic is actually podcasters. So if you guys know, I've been watching podcasts. Well, it's got a lot of podcasts for the past couple of months, and well, honestly, the podcasts like that I've been watching is starting off is actually Clown Boys. So, what's called if you guys haven't heard about the Clown Boys, well, literally the Clown Boys are actually these guys who who actually started, I guess, like a couple of years ago, and then they actually became popular, like literally on TikTok and the internet. So if you guys haven't checked them out, go ahead and check them out. There's their channel, and also alongside with their TikTok. So go ahead and check them out. And also, yeah, basically their videos are actually pretty are actually pretty great. I did actually kind of enjoy their content, and also yeah, like I said, go ahead and check them out. Next, we also got another podcast. This is actually called Inland Network Entertainment. Like I don't know if that's their podcast name, but I don't know if that's the name of their podcast, but like they also have a channel. So I'm gonna show you guys, and yeah, so that's their channel, and also alongside I've been watching another podcast which is called the Kickback Crew. So like I'll show you guys their channel, and yeah, so anyway, so I've been watching like these podcasts, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like these guys' podcast is actually pretty great, and also I'm not gonna lie, they actually have a lot of funny videos, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, well, if you guys have not seen them, go and check them out, and well, I'll leave their channels like in the description below. So yeah, but anyway, moving on. Alright, so I'm gonna go discuss with this other topic, which and what is this topic? Well, literally this is actually also I discussed about in the last episode. This was actually about the Israel, but this time this is actually kind of something different. So basically, so basically, if you guys know, like I said, there's been a whole controversy with Israel, and also like I mentioned, I don't know really too much about the history of of Israel, etc., and also how it happened, and well, literally, like, yeah, basically, like, if you guys have not seen on TikTok or on the internet, well, people have actually been, there's been a lot of protesters, a lot of pro-Palestine protesters. Now, here's the thing, guys, like, I'm not trying to go and call them out, I'm not trying to say nothing, rude or anything, like, literally, basically, these protesters, what they did is that they actually started kind of actually, I would say, like, how can I explain this? Like, these protesters, what they did is that they go into certain areas and they kind of protest, and people, well, obviously they don't like it, and basically they just end up using their action and then just freaking, beating these protesters. In general, yeah, like the protesters are annoying, but they protest for a reason, and well, literally these, the Palestine protesters, what they did is that like they go to certain areas and they just interrupt an event. And literally that just started to become a controversy. And just to let you guys know that I understand, yeah, they're protesting for a reason, but going over there just to interrupt an event, like that right there, like come on, dude. I mean, like that's literally actually kind of not cool. And plus, like I understand they don't care, but hey, I mean, like you guys are interrupting an event, so I mean, like literally, honestly, there's gonna be a problem. But alongside that, yeah, basically that's been going on. Yeah, there's actually a lot of videos, so if you guys have not checked them out, well, you guys could go check it out for yourselves. It's all over the internet, and honestly, yes. And also speaking about protesters, like literally, there's actually a bunch of videos on protesting. Like for example, the LGBT protesters. Yeah, that there was there was videos on about those about the protesters from there's actually a lot of protesters, and also there's this video like where basically this guy just ran through a LGBT protest, and honestly, yeah, like. Just to go and show you guys, there's a lot of people who don't care about that, and like literally, I don't like here's in general. I'm not trying to like call it nobody. Like basically, there's a lot of people who actually don't who actually don't want to deal with it. And also, second, there's a video where this guy who did like a burnout on a protest. I mean, on a flag on the street, and yeah, basically like I mentioned, that shows you that people don't really care, and basically yeah, basically people don't care about these whole communities, etc. And plus, like they think that, oh yeah, like literally like this and that, like yeah, like it's kind of a mess. But discussing what's up, but discuss what the whole protest is. Yeah, sometimes the protesters do get annoying. Like for example, I don't know if you guys haven't heard about the oil protesters. Like if you guys don't know that, like there's some what's called people who work, I guess, in oil, uh, what's called companies, or wherever, like literally start protesting, and plus like literally they don't think that what's called, here's the thing, like if you're gonna go ahead and protest, you gotta go and protest it, like just go and show what's called like that, like what's called, if you're gonna protest it, you gotta do, I'm not trying to go and say anything bad, like I mentioned, like literally if they're gonna protest, like try to go and protest somewhere else, stuff like literally like what's called making what's called step like doing stupid stuff, because you guys don't know that there's a video where like there's a bunch of videos where when these oil protesters are blocking streets, and plus these people are throwing them out of the way. Directors also kind of like shows you like, yeah, they're what's called, they're kind of taking, I understand like they're protesting for a reason, but like I mentioned, like doing that is, it's not gonna go ahead and do anything. You're just pissing off the people, and also they in general they don't care, and also if you want to make them care, you gotta go ahead and do something instead of doing that shit. I mean, like, come on guys, I mean, just come on. Anyway, so going off for that, yeah, basically was going off for that topic. I also got another topic to discuss you guys, and this is actually gonna pretty this other topic is actually regarding on bullying. So if you guys don't know that on Twitter there's actually a lot of like on the internet there's actually a lot of like videos on bullies and also fights, etc. Obviously not gonna like the videos like that are on the internet are like are freaking like, oh my god, they're like crazy, because like basically there's some videos about like these like obviously yeah, basically bullying has actually become a problem, but alongside like literally like but here's the these what's called these videos actually are from obviously are from different from different schools in other states, but the way how like the way how the bullying is, like it's it's actually become like I mentioned, it's become a problem, because basically bullying's been getting out of hand, and also the way how society is kind of like, I guess that also kind of plays a also has like an impact with like the bullying, etc. And also second, like I've been seeing a lot of like videos, like for example, like there's this video of this white girl beating up a Muslim, and also this Muslim girl beating up basically yeah, that right there, like I mentioned, that right there, like it's just freaking crazy. And also alongside there's even videos of like even the students beating up the teachers. You guys probably seen that like all around on the on the internet. It's just like it's just crazy, guys. Like yeah, basically directors also kind of literally like I mentioned, basically like directors more like a problem with their in schools, because there's a lot of bullying, and plus honestly not gonna lie, like freaking it's like sorry, I'm kind of like lost the words, but anyway, so yeah, basically director is kind of like the issue, like basically there's always like a lot of bullying and stuff like that, and second, like even the fights, oh my god, like literally honestly I'm not gonna like one time like one time I seen these videos about where these students are like fight, like like one time students actually record fights, right? And then literally the way how they fight, I mean like come on, I mean like that director kind of looks like, I'm not trying to be mean, but that kind of looks pathetic. I mean if you're gonna fight, just fight. If you don't want to, then just try to find a way to get out try to find a way out just try to find a way out of the situation. And also second, like literally like whoever's like recording these fights, you gotta you gotta go and record them right. I mean, like basically, like I seen videos where like the whoever's recording, like they don't record the right way. I mean, you guys gotta go and fucking record you gotta go and record the right way. I'm not trying to call you guys out, but hey, if you're gonna record a fight, do it right, man. Like, come on, you guys. But anyway, then also alongside and also discussing about, and also there's actually this other video I seen about this TikToker who actually got confronted because he was asking for nudes, etc. And like literally that guy right there, like he actually kind of what's called honestly like that guy right there is how can I say like. Literally, basically, what's called, he was asking for news, and also like the other guy actually just freaking beat him up, which obviously yeah, like he deserved it, but at the end, like literally, like what's called yeah, there's actually a bunch of what's called there's a lot of crazy people out there, and yeah, they're anyway, so yeah, so literally, anyway, so literally, there you have it, guys. So, about moving on, we also got this other what's called topic to discuss with you guys, and this is actually regarding on the Hollywood industry. This is actually regarding well, obviously you guys know is Jonathan Majors. So if you guys don't know, Jonathan Majors got what's called was got pled guilty because he assaulted his what's called he assaulted somebody, and then well he got pled guilty, and it seems that well he also got fired from from playing the role of King, and well literally what's called Marvel Studios haven't really, did actually announce that they were actually going to go and do something different with Avengers 5, which was originally titled what's called Avengers King Dynasty, but since like they fired Jonathan Majors, I mean like seems like they're going to go and recast him, and honestly like here's the thing, like just to let you guys know that he also had a contract where he what's called that what's called that like he what's called that in his contract is that he was the only person to play King, and then well since he's fired, I mean like I guess that contract doesn't really like what's called like what's called that contract doesn't really what's I don't know if I don't know if it actually still what's called literally like what's called this contract, he said that he was the only person to play King, and well since literally he's been fired, I don't know if that contract is still what's called how can I say it's still like how can I say they I don't know if it's still available or like literally I guess that contract's been terminated. So well like what I could tell it seems that it has been terminated. I guess that basic what's I guess I probably well Marvel officially did announce that he's been fired, so that right there. But alongside like I guess that literally seems that like literally like yeah I guess we gotta wait and say sorry guys, I'm kind of like a lost of words, but alongside yeah that's kind of pretty much it. And also next we also got this other topic, and this other let's go literally this other topic. I want to go ahead and let's go this let's go like literally let's go there's also this other topic I want to discuss you guys, and moving on from what's called moving on, let's go ahead and discuss what is actually what's called on movies, and this what's called this topic is actually regarding on movies that that turned what's called like literally I'm gonna be discussing you guys about what's called some movies, and like basically I'm gonna be discuss about the movies that that actually was on the what's called like what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna be discussing guys on the movies that that turned I guess like for example like King or Jack that turned 20 years old, and basically well I'm gonna be discussing guys about some movies that you probably have what's called some movies. So anyway let's go and dive in. So starting off what you got is well Despicable Me 2. So if you guys don't know, Despicable Me 2 came out in 2013, and well it literally this year it turns 10 years old, and honestly I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed watching Despicable Me because it was actually what's called like a great movie, and honestly like I'm not gonna lie, I actually what's called watch this what's called Despicable Me like literally when I was actually like in the sixth grade, and honestly it was actually a great movie. And also well if you guys have not seen it, go and check it out. And also alongside with Despicable Me 4 hitting theaters next year, well looking forward to go and see the fourth what's called entry. Alright, so I'm next let's go so yeah well I'm next moving on like literally let's go through some other topics I want to go ahead and let's go discuss with you guys. And literally this topic is actually regarding on what's called this topic is actually regarding on what's called TV series. And well basically like just what's just to let you guys know that I have what's called like I do actually watch what's called TV series, and literally the TV series that I actually kind of watch, which is actually what's called like the what's called which is actually House MD. So literally House MD, like literally if you guys have not seen that TV series, well it actually centers on this doctor who's actually kind of similar, who's actually kind of literally is this doctor who actually what's called discovers these diseases. You guys know about the series, and it stars what's called Hugh Glory, and yeah basically Hugh Glory is actually freaking like what's called he's actually phenomenal as what's called as what's called House. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I did actually what's called the first time I seen the series was actually on TikTok, because you know how TikTok is, just posting, like what's called these series, like for example, like the Rookie, which was actually another what's called series that I actually seen on TikTok, alongside with literally what's called Law and Order was also, like, I seen people posting Law and Order on TikTok, and it was actually kind of pretty like it was just like literally what's called people were posting that on TikTok. And also like literally I forgot what other TV series that they show on TikTok. It was, I think it was like Chicago, like there was Chicago Fire. Like literally, like there's actually a lot of like like TV series that there's actually on what's called on TikTok. So yeah, and also alongside what's called, I haven't seen this other TV series that like literally like what's called, like here's the thing. So this other TV series, like what's called, if you guys what's called that I seen, which is actually freaking what's called, here's the thing. So like literally sorry guys. So anyway, so yeah, basically there's a lot of TV series I seen, like what's called that, like I seen that was on TikTok. And honestly, well, I did actually check them out, and they were pretty great. Like for example, like House MD, that was a great series. The Rookie, I literally did start watching it, but I didn't get to I didn't get to watch it that watch it that much. And yeah, so anyway, so yeah, basically, but honestly, yeah, basically those are the TV series that I actually watched. And honestly, well, if you haven't seen them, go ahead and check them out. I mean, including you actually, you guys are gonna enjoy watching what's called House MD. The Rookie is actually a great TV series. There's some other TV series that I'm probably gonna go and watch probably later on. Like for example, like the Mayans. That's actually on the, that's like a biker TV series. Alongside there's like I say, I don't know like what other what's called TV series, but it's just like anyway, moving on. And then up next what's called, and also next, oh yeah, just to let you guys know that I actually I turned what's called 21 this year, guys. And yes, like what's called 21. And also I kind of had like a bit of like a what's called bit of like a small party, and like it was actually it was actually pretty great. I did actually kind of enjoy it. And also, well, literally, let's see, like probably in the future I'll end up doing another party. So but yeah. And also what's called, and also alongside like literally what's called, and also alongside I want to go ahead and discuss with you guys about is actually what's called on freaking oh yeah, literally what's called, there's actually look what's called, moving on, I'm gonna discuss you guys about is actually what's called is what's called what's called is actually what's called is the YouTubers. And literally, if you guys know that this year the channel Nelk actually turns what's called 10 years old. And yes, Nelk turns 10 years old, which I'm not gonna lie, if you guys have actually what's called watched Nelk like what's called before, well, here's the thing, like basically like Nelk is actually what's called one of the popular what's called YouTubers. And also, well, honestly, here's the thing, like basically like Nelk actually what's called became popular throughout the years, where they had their own podcast, beer brand, what's called, they had their own beer brand is actually and also they even actually made deals with what's called UFC. And it's freaking crazy, guys. These guys became popular what's called in the matter of like what's called these guys actually became popular. And what's called, yeah, like literally like what's called 10 years later they actually became popular, which is crazy. And honestly, well, like they're probably going to continue what's called becoming popular in the what's called what's called like in the what's called in the future. So yeah, but anyway, moving on. And also like what's called, and also moving on. So yeah, that's so moving on to some what's called other what's called, and also moving on to some other what's called like topics. Basically we also got is well, literally what's called, literally basically there's just some other what's it called that what's called so yeah, but anyway, moving on. What's gonna say, but moving on. Well, there you have it, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification, and I'll see you guys later.